Good morning students, welcome all. In today's video, we are going to study the next point related to the organization. In our previous videos, in our previous sessions, we have discussed many things related to the organization. In your business organization, after planning, you need to plan, you need to work, you need to act on the real situations. How the real situation can affect in your business organization, how your employees are to be work in your business organization, which employee is capable to do which type of the work is in your business organization. Centralization is important or decentralization is important. This all type of questions are to be answered in the organization. And in our previous sessions, we have discussed about some of the basic principles of the organization. Basically, if you understand what is organization, all the other points are ordinary, but this 14th principle, which is given by Henry Fayol, you have studied in 12th standard, or in today or in our previous video, you have seen number of principles which is directly affecting your business organization. If you understand this all principle, you don't need to understand other things related to the organization. If you are adept or if you are capable to implement that particular principles in your business organization, at that time there is a possibility to become successful more in comparison to other. So that are the basically most important things in your business organization. Now today we are going to study the importance and limitations of the business organization. Now you all are aware about one thing. In the world, there were not even single persons exist in the earth who do any work without any importance, without any benefits. Say for example, as we discussed earlier, as we always discussed in our previous session, why you are studying, why I am teaching here, because from studying and from teaching we both get some of the benefits. After studying, after completing the TY, you all will get the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. That's why you all are studying. Why I am teaching here? Because I get some remuneration from this organization, from this job. That's why I am studying. That's why I am teaching here. That's why I am studying. Now, the question is, when any person makes or when any person prepare the organization, which are the basic principles, which are the basic benefits he must get from the organization. Because if any person does not get any of the benefits from the business operation, any of the benefits from the organization, at that time this organization becomes futile. This organization becomes useless. So, if you are preparing well organization, how that good organization can give you the more and more benefits to your business operation, to your profit, to cut the cost of your business operation, it will be studied in today's video. So, let's start. In your book, on the page number 280, there is importance or benefits of organization is given. So first of all, let's start. Is importance or benefits of the organization. In the first paragraph on page number 280 in your book, there is the most important functions of the management next to planning is to create the organization. When you are completing your planning, when you finalize your planning, after the finalize of your planning, the next step is to create organization for your business. The organization has to function for accomplishing the planned objectives. The organization itself makes arrangement for delegation of authority, right, duties and responsibilities, and it clears interrelationship between employees and officers. Here, whenever you are creating your business organization, in that business organization, as we have studied earlier, each and every employee assigning some duties, which are the tasks for their particular employees. That particular employee is accountable to whom, how that particular employee is working in your business organization, how your business employees and the manager and the higher level authorities, how they are connected with each other, how one department can coordinate with another department. These all things is to be clear in the organization. If we compare the organization with the human brain, then the organization is the structure of body. There is a spelling mistake. There is a organization. ત્યાં જે છે organization બે વખત છે. એમાં એવું કહેવામાં આવેલું છે કે તમારું જો organization એ મગજ હોય તો organization તમારી બોડી હોય. બે વખત organization ના આવે. So there must be management. If we compare the management with the human brain, ત્યાં સુધારી દેજો. There is a spelling mistake. There is a spelling error in that line. If we compare management with the human brain, then the organization is the structure of body. In your business organization, if your whole management bodies, if your management is human brain, at that time your organization is the body. As we all know, the human body, each and every part must be work in the simultaneously, must work in a coordinate. If there is even a single body part which is not work as per the instruction or as per that particular works, so at that time you are not feeling well. Say for example, if you are going anywhere in two-wheeler and you had an accident. When you had an accident and you in any body part of your body you will get any injuries at that time, not that particular body part but your whole body will get effect, your whole body will sick. So in human body each and every parts are required to well if your body working well. Same for the business organization. In your business organization, if your management is good but your organization is not good, your employees are good but your higher level authorities, your managers are not well to work according with the simultaneously of the business employee, at that time your business goals cannot be achieved. So whenever you are doing any work, at that time each and every work must do as per their convenience, as per their requirement. In your business organization, if the management is the brain, at that time you can show if your the management is brain, so your business organization is the body of your business. Now directly jump towards to the advantages of the organization. Page number 219, on the last paragraph, there is advantages of organization. The importance of organization is revealed in the following advantages. The first is administrative easiness. The first is functions can be carried out successfully due to work division, clarity of authority, responsibility and specification of department relations. There is no scope of disharmony or clash there is no confusion or misunderstanding about the works. In the organization, as we know, in the while creating the organization, you must be clear about each and every task in your business organization. Which person doing which task, which person has which type of duties, which person has which type of in which extent of the authority. These all things are clear in the organization while you are creating the organization. While you are creating the organization, there will be clarity of work division. So you divide your work according to the specialization of your business employees. Say for example, in your business organization, there will number of employees are worker, and among them some persons are expert in accounting work, some persons are expert in computer, while some persons are experts in doing mechanical. So in that we clearly say you have to assign accounting related work to the expert of accounting. You have to assign the work related to machinery to the mechanical expert. What will happen if you are assigning accounting work to the mechanical engineer? तो साइंस ના વ્યક્તિને તમે જે છે અકાઉન્ટ આપો તો શું હાલત થાય? ઓલ આર અવેર અબાઉટ ધેટ. This will be the funniest thing. Or on the other hand, if any accounting person, if any chartered accountant will do work of mechanical things, at that time this work will also not get as per our requirement, as per our wish. So this is must be clear in the organization. When you are assigning any task, when you are assigning any work in your business organization, we all are clear about each and every task in the business while we are creating the organization. જ્યારે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન બનાવો ત્યારે જ તમને ખબર હોય છે કે કયા વ્યક્તિને કયું કામ આપી શકાય. એના ઉપરથી તમે જેમને જેવું પ્રકારનું કામ આપશો એ પ્રકારનું કામ જે છે વધારે સારી રીતે કરી શકાશે. આફ્ટર ધેટ responsibility and specification of departments relations. While you are creating the organization, at that time responsibility and specification of department is also clear. First of all, responsibility. When you are assigning any task, at that time you also assign the responsibility to that particular employee to complete that task. Say for example, in any accounting worker, you give task related to the audit. So it is the responsibility of any accountant to complete that audit work. When you are assigning any task, when you are assigning any duties to your employee, at that time you also assigning the responsibility to that particular employee. So you clear about each and everything about your each and every task in your business operation. So this will give you the more benefit. Here one thing must be clear, one thing must be in your mind. Say for example, if we are giving examination of first year FY BCom and you are not reading, you are not clear about any subject or any concept of the FY, any concept of the FY BCom, at that time they will give your best in the examination, the answer is no. On the other hand, you are clear about each and every concept, each and every subject related to the FY BCom. At that time you can score more in the examination. So when you are creating organization, set in the organization, you must be clear about each and everything, each and every task related to the business operations. Now the next is benefits of specialization. The organization fixes the work groups and allocates works to properly qualified people. Hence, every function is carried out by an expert. Here, as we have seen, accounting related work should assign to the account expert, mechanical work should assign to mechanical expert, computer related work must be assigned to the computer expert. Here, while you create the organization, at that time you must keep in mind, and according to the skill, according to the expertise of any employee, you are assigning the task to your business employee. When you are assigning the task as per the expertise, at that time you will get more benefit, because you already assigned any task to the accounting expert. So you can get more benefit. Here you can get more benefit. Say for example, if there are two accountants in your business operations, in your business organization, one has 20-year experience in the accounting and the another is a fresher, another is a new in that field. Say for example, any accounting related worker is one has 20 years of experience and another is fresher. Fresher means the person who newly joined that particular field. Here, if you are assigning this task to fresher, it will not give you that much benefit in comparison to that if you are assigning that particular work to the expert. 20 વર્ષના એક્સપીરિયન્સ વાળા વ્યક્તિને તમે આપો તો એ વધારે તમને બેનિફિટ આપે. So here specific benefits of specialization you can get from your business organizing. After that, increase in the working speed. The functions, authorities and duties and the responsibility of every employee are clearly explained. Hence, he works within his limits. Consequently, his skill and efficiency increases. When you are creating organization, you clear each and every task, each and every aspect of your business organization very clear. When you are assigning a task to your employee, at that time also you clear each and every aspect of that particular task. And once you are clear everything, your business employees will restrict to that particular limit. તમે જ્યારે કોઈ વ્યક્તિને જે પણ ટાસ્ક આપી દીધેલો છે તો એ જ રીતે સુધી એનું જે વર્ક સીમિત થઈ જાય છે. So he works within his limit. When you are assigning any task in the limitations of that particular thing, at that time your employee cannot cross that particular line. If your employees will cross their borders and if he works more than his responsibility, he is totally responsible for failure of that particular task. So here no person, no employee will work above or over the borderline. Here one thing must be clear in your mind, right? When you are assigning a task to any particular person, here the person who has 20 years of experience, he is already an expert in the field of accounting, but this person has not any experience in the field of the accounting. So in the starting phase, you have to give basic works related to the accounting. In that particular thing, the fresher will get the basic things, basic work related to the accounting, and after 5 years, say for example, he worked in the business organization as an accountant for 5 years. After 5 years, what will happen? This person is also become an expert in the field of accounting. So, as per the assigning duty and as per the organization, if you are working in your business organization, at that time you can get benefit of each and every employee in your business organization. If you are working as per this theory, at that time you can get experience, workers benefit, and you can get benefit of fresher also. Now next, maximum utilization of resources. The third is increase in the working skill. After that, the fourth is maximum utilization of resources. As we know, each and every human being has limited resources within. We all are not that much rich that we don't scarce about anything. Even Mukesh Ambani, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bill Gates also has a scarcity of resources. If this rich person also has limitations of the scarcity, then the small business enterprise or medium type of business enterprise has limited number of the resources. In that, everyone has limited resources. Well planning, skilled employees, and good working style makes possible the maximum utilization of resources. Here, you can take example related to the study, related to the college life. Take for example, you all are studying in the FYP, but you don't have same resources available to all of you. તમારા બધા પાસે જે છે સરખા રિસોર્સિસ હોય એવું જરૂરી નથી એટલા માટે but if you are studying in the FYP you must give examination and the exam paper will be same for all the persons who will get higher mark or who will perform better in the examination. At that time whatever the resources available to you, that doesn't matter how you will prepare or how you will use that resources. That is important in the business organization, in the field of examination. તમે કેવું પ્રિપેર કરેલું છે એ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ છે. એ તમારું રિઝલ્ટ નક્કી કરશે. તમારી પાસે કેટલા રિસોર્સિસ અવેલેબલ છે, that will not affect on your result. It may happen that the person who has everything, who has every resources related to the exam, related to the material, related to the any other aspect of the examination, and she will get failed. And it also happen that if any student who does not have that much resources and she will top in the particular exam, she will top in the first year of the BCom. It also possible in the field of the examination. How these particular things affect on the business organization? The resources available to you must be utilized in that manner, so you will get as much as benefit from that particular resources. Same for the business organization. Say for example, if you are an owner of any business enterprise, you have limited resources available to you. But how you can use that limited resources to get as much as profit from the business operations, that is important. In your business organization, whenever you are doing any work, that work must be done as per the resources available to you. Once you understand how you can use that resources in the optimum level, how you will get the as much as maximum benefit from the resources available to you, it will give you a higher and higher profit in the next years of the business operations. After that, motivation for development. Here, motivation means what? Motivation means it is the force to work in any particular thing. It is the force to do any work more sincerely. Here, motivation for development means when any person or when any managers work in any business organization, at that time that particular person or that particular business enterprise owner must work according to the motivation. After that, the development of any unit depends on its efficient organization. The efficient system reduces cost and increases profit. Profit increases savings, and saving makes possible investment and financial resources for development. Here, full cycle of the resources available to you and how you can make optimum use that particular resources in the field of your business enterprise. This is explained in that particular example. But before going to business enterprise, in that motivation means what? If you are working in any field of the management, in any field of the personal life, at that time if you are not get any motivation, at that time you will not work efficiently. Here they have given, if you are, there is given the efficient system reduces cost. If your business enterprise is efficient, at that time that particular cost, that particular business operations will reduce the cost. Say for example, if you are produce anything, if you are produce any amount of the production, at that time the starting cost is 100, but after efficiently manage your business, you cut the cost from 90 to 85. In the first phase of the operations, you have 100% to produce one unit. After that, you have 85 rupees cost on the second phase. At that time, here you have 15% more as a profit. Say for example, when your cost is 100%, at that time, say for example, your profit is 20 rupees. But when you cut the cost from 100 to 85, your profit increase from 20 to 35. When your profit is 20 rupees, at that time you can give less importance to the investment activities. Say for example, from this 20 rupees, you every year invest 2 rupees. Now you can invest 70 rupees for one unit only. Say for example, in your business operation, your business enterprise produce 1 crore unit during the year. Now you just need to multiply these all things with the 100, with the 1 crore, and you will get a huge amount, huge difference in the field of the business operation. So this is the basically, and once your employees will get more profit, your employees will get more remuneration, you are investing more and more in the other activities. At that time, your employee, your management, your managers, your accountant, and each and every people related to your business employee will get motivation, and this motivation leads to the success in your business. After that, the encouragement of employees research. The encouragement of employees research. Good organization adopts the principle of specialization. Hence, the employee becomes expert in his line of work. Not only that, he develops insight for beneficial research. If your business organization is well, at that time your business enterprise will adopt the specialization in your business operations, and while you are accepting specialization in your business operations, at that time you can continue give example in business also. There is given, hence the employee become expert in his line of work. When you are giving small task to this person, after that continuously you are increasing the task of that particular worker. After 5 years, this fresher will become expert. This fresher will become expert in the field of the account, and this expert will give you more work than comparison to starting. In the starting phase, when that person is a fresher, at that time he may not be able to give you more work during the working hours, but after 5 years, that same person will able to give you more work. So, not only that, he developed insight for beneficial strategy. Here, the most important point is he is able to do any work independently in your business organization, and he is able to give their contribution in the researches also. Good organization encourage such researches because new research or improved system ultimately proves beneficial to the system itself. Here, the one thing is also keep in your mind. After working 5 years in a business enterprise, this person may have better idea from your business organization in the accounting field. For working 5 years in your business organization, this fresher has some of the limitations of your business organization, business operations during this 5 years. So this person can give you the real picture of your business operations, and it will gives you the benefit. It will give you the higher result in comparison to earlier. So these are the benefits of the business organization. Remaining benefits and the limitations will be discussed in our next video. Thank you.